Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Barb Pitcock here, and you know the drill. It's Saturday morning, no guts, no story, every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. So we're going to be sitting out here in the heat together, sweating. It's like 109 or 10 today. But I was trying to find a place that was clean and quiet and serene and didn't have a lot of time to prepare today. Yesterday, we were going to go to the airport, didn't make it to the airport. Monday, I was planning to be driving, had a bunch of stuff happen Monday. I just couldn't get in the car and drive. And my week was a little bit off. Have any of you ever had a week that was just a little bit off? And none of us can pour from an empty cup, right? And what you don't realize is that every single week, I usually get so much energy from each and every one of you. You have no idea what it means to me to just spend every Saturday morning with you and to see your comments and to see you show up, the friendships, the relationships, the messages, the comments. So first of all, today is going to be a little different because I didn't get to take that time to wake up, to read, to pray, to prepare, to get everything. I have been pouring, and it's been the most crazy week. So today we're going to interact, and it's going to be different than anything I've ever done. I'm not going to cry. It was a very heavy week. It's been a very tough week. There's going to be no tears. We're going to talk about real life stuff, and I would love to just interact with each of you. First of all, where are you coming in from, and how many years have you been tuning in to No Guts, No Story? Because I am so appreciative of you just being here and tuning in. So it's going to be like a free coaching session, if you will. So if you want to hit the share button, you can invite your friends. You can ask me anything. We're going to interact, and it's going to be very, very different, almost as if you were here with me and we were on a podcast and we're talking about stuff. So drop in the comments. I love it. Azle, Texas, Alabama. Oh my goodness, Amy, I'm going to be praying for you with your surgery coming up. Good morning, Kristen. Christine says this is her first year. So next, let me know, are you married? Are you single? Are you dating? Are you in a complicated relationship? Drop in the comments. I would love to know my audience, because I feel like when you know your audience, you know a lot more what to talk about. Like if it's my niece and all her college age friends, I'm not talking about menopause, right? And sometimes when you think that your audience is your career, like I'm in direct sales and I am a network marketer, an author, a motivator, I'm a personal development evangelist, I'm a Christian, like sometimes if you just come on and you talk about what's important to you, imagine if every Saturday I came on here and I gave you tips to build your network marketing business. And then I find out like 90% of my friends are not even in network marketing, because I've been maxed out on friends since my kids were in grade school, right? Like when they were probably 12, I had 5,000 friends. I couldn't add any more friends. So a lot of my audience, I'm an empath. I don't have the heart to go delete them all, but a lot of them are little girls that I taught dance 20 years ago, or people that played sports with my kids, or the parents that I met, or K-State football or K-State cheer. It's not like my audience is just my business. I do have a business page and I do go live there as well. And also YouTube. If you don't follow YouTube and you don't follow Instagram, you should, because anything can happen. I have had so many friends that Facebook is just gone. So we can't rely on one platform. Married with 2 kids. Love it. Man, sending you big hugs, Amanda. Married 18 years, married 47 years, Kathy. Oh my goodness. That is my life goal. Can you imagine having a 50-year anniversary with one spouse? Like that's iconic. Like that just doesn't happen anymore. Like really, that is rare. 2nd grade teacher. entrepreneur, 61-year-old hospice nurse, South Carolina, Nana to a 2.5-year-old. Is it Nicey or is it Nisi? Love it. What a beautiful name. So, hospice nurse, my goodness, what a servant heart. I had a friend that passed away this week. I was thinking about being the hospice nurse. Speaking of you, I can't imagine your career and the way your servant heart helps people during such a tough time. I had some friends that didn't have hospice there with them all the time. Like they were the nurse until the final moments. And, you know, a hospice nurse is an angel because, man, you help people during one of the hardest times of their life. So it's nice. Okay, got it. Okay. Love seeing so many. 55 years, Holly, and your parents are still together. That's another thing that's rare. You know, most people don't have their parents together because more than half of marriages end in divorce. And so, you know, it'd be fun to ask them, like, what is your secret to success? Martha, happy, single, and loving it. You know, that's what my mom would say. My mom became a single mom when I was 18. She never remarried. And if you asked her, she wouldn't have one, right? I cannot imagine trying to live my life without my husband. We are definitely one. God knew what he was doing when he brought us together. That is wild, Holly. Not only are they together, but they love each other. That is rare. Jamaica. My dad was in hospice and we asked her how she does it. Ugh. More beautiful than seeing a baby born. Gosh, I wish I could see it that way. Dave was telling me that yesterday, Jamaica. He was like, you got to think of death differently. Like, I know you're sad and I know you miss your friend, but you got to think of it differently. I'm not there yet, guys. I'm not there yet, right? I hate Halloween. And I think the reason why I hate Halloween is because I have been with someone when they transitioned and all I can think of is like a scream mask. I hate that feeling, that visual, that I hate it. I need to get better at it. I know they're going to heaven, but still, I hate it. It's really hard when you love someone and you have to watch them in those final breaths. And for me, also, I think when you're a caregiver, like we were for Dave's mom, that hospice nurse is everything. They're helping you not freak out and not be, you know, crazy and scared and all this stuff. But life is fragile. And I'm going to tell you guys something. The fact that you woke up today and that you have breath is a gift. Eileen Mercado, I work as a health hospice admin for Mercy Hospital. Eileen, bless your heart. Mercy Hospital is amazing. We go to Children's Mercy with my granddaughter. Amazing place. Okay, so let's talk about life. Hi, Terry. So good to see you on here. Okay, let's talk about life. Drop in the comments if we were sitting with someone that was like a counselor, a trauma nurse, because we have those volunteering with a nonprofit that I'm building, a preacher, a teacher, a therapist. I'm putting together something that's just going to be so amazing with people in recovery, people who have struggled with domestic violence. Like, there's just some things that all of us would be like, why do you put up with that? Or why do you do that? And I want to tell you why, because we don't know what they're going through. We have no idea what they're going through. So we can't really judge why they do what they do, whether it's cheating, getting high, stealing, lying, running. This week was just the weirdest dang week I've ever had. And it started out on Monday. I was getting in the car to drive home from the lake to here. We had an amazing week with family. And I had this friend that I thought was mad at me because we had this amazing flavor peach. I don't know if any of you know. We had this amazing flavor peach and it sold out in 4 hours. And I had this friend that was like so frustrated because she wasn't feeling well and she thought she would order after lunch. And then after lunch, it was gone. And she literally like sent me this long voice clip. I'm never getting rid of it ever. I was like, she was so mad. And then I was like, I'll get you one. I grabbed 9 off a Canada pallet. I didn't get one either. And then she's like, no, you just keep yours. And like, we're voice messaging back and forth, right? But she was sick. I want you to imagine she was sick. So then she quit responding to me and she wouldn't talk to me or call me back. And last Thursday, I was like, dude, I am so sorry about the peach. I'm going to do whatever I can do to make it right with you, but call me back. I love you. Well, what I didn't know, they had called hospice and she knew it was her last week, but she didn't want me to be sad. And it's so crazy because that happened on Monday and I literally lost my mind. I couldn't drive. So I stayed at the lake Monday and I wanted to be with Dave on Wednesday because Wednesday is the anniversary of his brother's suicide and it's always hard. But I knew I needed to get back here because there was some other stuff going on here. And I was like, I need to get home for that. And the whole week was just, have you guys ever had a week where you're like, all these uncontrollables are happening and you're a champion and you're a warrior and you're a child of the Most High God and you're positive and life is terrific and life is good and you're the spin master. You can make good out of anything. But at the end of the day, you're just like, shit, like, how is this my life, right? Sometimes you got to like figure out how to be grateful in the midst of a storm. And that's not always easy. So let's just call it what it is, right? Life is freaking hard. It's why I drink frequency mushrooms every day. It's why I sit in a massage chair in the morning. It's why I wake up and pray. It's why I go to bed looking at my dream board. It's why I have the friends that I have that I rely on. And I think for some people, you just get tired of hearing me talk about how terrific life is. And you just want someone to call it like it is. Like life is tough. So I want you to drop in the comment, if you had a dominating thought every day and you wish that you could fix this dominating thought, and you don't have to go public with your problems, but let's just talk as friends. We're sitting here. We have a glass of water. We're about to mix some, got a huge announcement in an hour, about to mix some good stuff up in here. My call after this call is going to be mayhem, good mayhem. But right now, let's talk about what is something in your life that you wish that you could change. So Dave got me these cards. Actually, hang on a minute. I got to see if I can get these cards. Nobody move. Be thinking of your answer. Hold on a minute. Think of one thing that is your dominating thought that you wish that you could change. And I'm going to go get the cards. Where's the talking point cards you got? I need them. I'm doing Ask Me Anything because I didn't have time to prepare. Okay. So Dave and I have been married for 32 years, 33 this year. On our 30th, we were going to go to Hawaii and we were going to renew our vows, but our vows are so dang good. I'm kind of scared to renew them. So we took our children and Rosie was like 3 months old. And at the time we didn't know that she had this rare disease or diagnosis. She just never cried or made any noise and her head would flop over, but like nobody could understand, like, why is she so quiet? Why does she choke? It was a crazy time. But you want to meet my husband? Say hi, Dave. We're doing Ask Me Anything. He is the chauffeur.
Hi.
How many hours are you going to be on the road today?
Oh my goodness. 8 plus.
And you know what, guys? I could spend 8 hours with him, but I'm so committed to all of you. If he waited until we were done here, he would be late to the airport. And after this, I have a 10 to 11 and they wouldn't make their flight. So Dave and I are spending the day separate so I can spend the day with you. And I want you to know that is my commitment to you. But Dave, what are these cards that you got and why did you get them for me?
They're just super fun. They just connect. And, you know, people say, even with young kids nowadays, it's hard. People don't create conversations. They don't know what to say, don't know how to. So these are just fun little cards that I shuffled them up pretty good.
Okay,
So,
let's go.
so
Let's
who,
play.
who knows? What
Yesterday, he
will-
was asking me them, and I was answering very bluntly and honest. It's kind of a scary,
Okay.
kind of a
let's
scary
see
deal.
Here. What is something that amazes you?
Okay, go.
It just gets your brain going. Like, what amazes you?
It's a ask me anything interaction.
Oh, so there you go. There's your little cards.
Nisi says, I lost my 16-year-old dog Saturday night.
Oh,
No, I see that.
well, that's sad.
That's hard.
That is tough. Oh, here's
Losing
a good
it.
one. I asked you this one yesterday, and I actually pulled it out again. I don't know why, but if you had 10 years left to live, how would you live your life differently?
And what did I say?
You said you'd travel a whole bunch more.
I would just travel. I'd just be gone. Gandhi. Come here, Lo.
Yeah.
Okay, love you. Come here, Lo. This is my little August birthday girl. Her birthday's coming up. Okay, we have a bodacious goal, and it's crazy. It's going to cost us a lot of money. We don't know where the money's coming from, but we're just accepting it. What's the birthday wish, Lola?
Morgan Wallen concert.
Morgan Wallen concert with who?
You.
With me. And who else is with Morgan Wallen?
Ella Langley.
Ella Langley. And last night we looked up the tickets. Even if we didn't get a seat and we had to stand, how much are the tickets?
1,300.
1,300. So like that's more than my first car. Who's buying those tickets for me and you? Who's
I-
buying them?
You.
Me? I thought your dad was buying them. We need them. So guys, help us manifest this. That's Lola's birthday wish. We would have to get on an airplane, fly all night, because I'm committed on Saturday morning to the kickoff call. Fly to Philadelphia, which is across the world from them. They're going to Arizona today. We'd have to go all the way to Philadelphia. It's the last time they're together. And then we would go to a concert together, and that'd be your birthday present, huh? Yep. You think it's going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get your. She's been picking out her boots and her hat. Got her Daisy Dukes. She's ready. She knows what she's wearing. Brooklyn got her a Morgan Wallen concert, and she ain't giving up. So let's see if the boys can make it happen. Okay. Have a good week. See you next Friday at the concert. Okay.
Okay.
I love you. They're headed to the airport. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm about to in order to literally justify that, I'm about to go in my closet and just do a live sale and sell all the things that I don't need because I am very frugal. I cannot imagine spending that much on a ticket. But I did this thing. I got a bee flying around. I got this friend who lost her son to suicide. And after she lost her son, she said, I have a lot of grandkids, but I only do one kid at a time once a year for their birthday instead of buying them all kinds of stuff all year. And she made me start doing this. So Knox is 9 and his birthday is New Year's, which is a horrible day to have a birthday because everybody's broke after Christmas. But I bought him Universal tickets and he ended up going with his mom. So they went, and then Terry, that's per ticket. Yeah. So Knox got to go to Universal and I didn't get to go, even though it was on my dream board. And last night Chance is like, I mean, Mom, I could just take her. I'm like, what is this? Like, I had a goal to do a trip individually with each grandkid. And now I'm just going to have them go in with their parents for their birthday gift. I don't think that would be very fun. I was supposed to go on the 18th to Baltimore and I stayed back because it was the first weekend my mom could come to the lake. And we had an amazing weekend last weekend. So I missed the show in Baltimore. And there's only one more. Philadelphia, Saturday night. So that is the goal. We'll see if it happens. If it doesn't, it's not life or death. But watching my friend text me and call me on July 3rd and be gone on July 23rd, which was odd. It's the same day that we lost Dave's brother. And I was literally in the grocery store in the card aisle buying a card for Dave and for Melinda's son and husband. That at the very moment that she was transitioning, I was getting sympathy cards. So crazy. But when I left there and I got the call that she had passed away, I thought, buy the dang ticket, buy the house, buy the boat, take the trip, go to the concert. You know, tomorrow isn't promised. What are you going to do? Save up all your money, put it in an IRA, put it in some stocks. I'm telling you guys, life is short. You got to do the things. So one of the things that I really want to do here is communicate with you about the things that you're dealing with. And I saw someone said they lost their dog of 16 years. And, I want to tell you guys something. People might say, oh, it's just a dog. It's not. I lost my dog January 30th in 2017. I've never, ever gotten another dog. We had 9 at the time. We're down to 1. Never want to feel that pain again. Never getting another dog. I love too hard. I love too much. And Tyson, our pit bull, he's getting older. He can't hear me even if I scream and I have steak behind him dangling it. He's getting older and it's just heartbreaking. Callie has a 9-year-old Frenchie, Kilo, and this week she's getting rid of her rugs and her couch. Bye, honey. Love you. See you at the concert. We're manifesting that. I just asked on the live who's buying the tickets, and Lola said you, and I said, I thought your dad was buying the tickets, but see you in Philadelphia. Fly safe. Yes, dogs are the best. So if there was one thing in your life that you had to have it be different in order for you to just have peace of mind, one thing that you wish you could change, one thing, tell me what that one thing is. Sorry to hear that, Maria. Oh, Janet, sorry to hear that. Okay. Someone says my marriage. So let's talk about that. If there's 2 things that every marriage ends up arguing about, what are the 2 things? Because I think the 2 biggest stressors for most couples are their income and time. Time freedom and financial freedom literally can change everything because people stop dreaming, right? Like when you get married, you got to think about this. Dave texted me this week. Yep, money and raising kids. Carrie, raising kids is the hardest job any of us ever have. And the older they get, the harder it gets, right? Especially if we're close. Money. Everybody says money, 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 and family. Gabrielle, when you say family, expand on that. Like when you say family, is it relationships, division, falling outs? Like what is the biggest thing that tears families apart? What do you think it is? Jackie, I agree with you. Time freedom is everything, or otherwise you're missing things. Erica, longing for a marriage, a protector, a provider. So, Erica, we're going to talk about this. A lot of people will say, I wish I could find someone. I wish that I had a spouse. I wish that I had a husband. And I'm going to tell you something. There's so much power in the tongue. And no matter how lonely or how low you feel, like I'm never going to find the right person, I want you to play a video in your head every day that you're happy, you're loved, you're significant, you're beautiful, you're appreciated, you are enough. God has a plan for you. He's lining it up. He doesn't want you to be lonely, sad, brokenhearted, not feeling important. But we have to speak into fruition. Like it feels so good. Like, thank you, God, for bringing me the perfect spouse. And sometimes we got to make a move, like my son and I were laughing this week and he's like, eventually I need to find a significant other, and his kids are his life. Right. So like his kids are his life, but he's like, let's be clear, Mom. It's probably not going to happen sitting with you at the Lake and Grove or hanging out on a farm in Russell, Kansas. Sometimes you got to put yourself out there. And I don't know what your situation is, but this is what I would say to you. If you want a spouse and you're looking for someone and the right relationship, make a list of everything that you would want in a relationship. Make a list. Because when it goes from your mind to your heart to the paper and you make a list, things start to happen. And you got to put it in writing. It feels so good to be happily married with the spouse of my dreams who loves me, appreciates me, treats me well, contributes, whatever it is that you want. It feels so good. And you have to see this movie playing out how you actually want it to play out. So if you want something, don't ever talk or speak or think about what you don't want, because you're giving it power, right? So I have a fear, the one thing that would happen in my life that would need to happen so that I could have peace of mind. And for some reason, the opposite of what I want is my dominating thought every single day. So I have to really work on that, right? I have to think to myself, it feels so good to have a happy, healthy family where everyone is happy and loved, in healthy relationships and successful. And they have someone to share their life with that contributes, and they have love like I have. Like I have to say it as I want it instead of saying, why me? Why them? Why? You can't ask why. Why not them? Who else would you want to dab into, right? We have to know that God has a plan for every single one of us, and the journey that they're on is their journey, their life experience. So they have a way to witness and share and make impact. No different than I had to go through certain things. That actually, that pain is what gives me power, because I've experienced so many things that I can help you through. And if I had never experienced a bankruptcy, a suicide, a battle with a loved one, fighting cancer, not once, not twice, but 3 times, a company going away, losing everything over and over again, rebuilding it, like who would I be to teach if I hadn't walked that walk? The one thing that I can't fix is the thing that I hate the most. And it's why I'm so purpose driven on my mission with the products, the company, and the nonprofit. So if I hadn't ever had that pain, I wouldn't have ever found that purpose. And I definitely wouldn't have any power to train, teach, or encourage, because I would have no idea what you're going through. One day after Dave's brother passed away, I drove him for hours every week. This is back before mental health was an okay thing. He didn't want anyone to know we were going to see a therapist. And one day he looked at me and said, "You're driving me 4 hours with our kids in a car to sit in the back seat in the middle of December in Kansas City or go to a mall while I pay a guy on a purple couch to talk to me about shit he's never been through and all of his philosophy that he got trained in school." What a waste. He has no idea. He's never lost a brother. He's never felt this grief. He's never experienced what I experienced growing up. He doesn't know the trauma, and I'm never going back. And I was like, okay, here's what I want to do. I want to bring people who have been through things and normalize trauma to give you an encourager, a person who has experienced it. I want to bring a community where people have been through so much stuff that no matter which tab you clicked on, divorce, bankruptcy, cancer, loneliness, isolation, overdose, addiction, depression, domestic violence, divorce, failing college, depression after sports, one of the biggest things that I see. Yesterday, I saw a guy that used to play for the Chiefs took his life. And in my brain, I was like, I hate sports. And then I was like, well, you can't say that or everybody will think you're bad. But his identity was not that football. And it definitely wasn't the name of a team. But that dopamine in the brain with 300,000 people screaming in a stadium and the identity that someone gets, that's such a false identity. When it goes away, there's such a plummet. And it happens all the time. It's heartbreaking. It's mental health. It's dopamine in the brain. It's the serotonin. It's the dopamine. It's the oxytocin. It's the endorphins. I'm watching Morgan Wallen sell out stadiums everywhere. Over 1,000 a ticket, even if you're in a bad seat, right? Imagine the feeling that he has knowing his music and his story. But here's the thing. Off that stage, he's a dad, he's a brother, he's a son, he's a husband. He's so much more than the album, right? And every single one of us is built for so much more. And we have to be able to use our gifts and our experiences to serve others. Because at the end of this life, if you were approaching the throne, I doubt they're going to say, how much money did you make? And how many stadiums did you fill? They're going to say, what difference did you make? How did you use your gifts? Your time that I gave you, your talents that I blessed you with. Where did you put your treasures? I'm putting all of my treasures into recovery centers all over the world. I am going to have retreats and recovery centers and I can't even tell you how much money I need to make this happen. And it's why I wake up and do what I do every single day. So my question to you is, what are you doing with yours? And what needs to happen for you to have peace of mind? Erica says, I have PTSD from my divorces and father's death at age 19. And Erica, I hope that you have someone that you talk to. I hope that you're in a community of people that love you and lift you up and value you. If you're not, reach out. We have an amazing community. We have a Facebook group for people struggling with addiction. We have Invisible Angels going out helping people that are homeless and don't have any support. It's amazing. Some people go into therapy who have gone through a lot, and they do have a higher level of understanding, which serves them and their clients well. I love that pain gives you power. I love that, Tamara. And I'm not saying therapy isn't good. We all need it, right? I just think sometimes people say stupid shit to people that are going through stuff. I'm not going to tell you what not to say, but any of you that ever lost a loved one, drop in the comments 5 stupid things that people say when you lose someone and you literally want to rip their jugular out. 5 stupid things that people say when you lose someone. Any of you that have ever lost someone, I remember Dave's mom just going off about this. Never say they're in a better place, because the person that just lost them wants them back. They don't want to hear your encouragement right now, right? Here's the best thing that you can say to someone that loses someone. I'm so sorry. I cannot imagine how you feel. Let's say that it was their mom. Tell them what an incredible son they were. Tell them how proud she was of them, right? Sometimes people just don't know. They're so uncomfortable, they don't know what to say, so they just say stupid things. Time will heal. They no longer hurt. They're no longer in pain. Those are all sound good things. But the person that is brokenhearted right now just needs you to listen, not talk. Dave's right. Dave's telling me they just don't know. Oh, at least they are resting. Yeah. Can you imagine, Jamaica? Imagine me telling my friend Melinda's husband, Daryl, right now, who was married to Melinda 32 years, same time Dave and I have been married. They're each other's soulmates. Imagine me or Dave passes away and one of you says to the other, at least she's resting. Oh my God. Dave would be in jail. The person that said it would be resting too, I would hope. No, Dave wouldn't. He has done so much personal development. He would be like, they just don't know. They just don't know. What we need to do as humans is become a better listener and quit talking to just make conversation. And the other thing is, like, be aware of the people around you. Maybe like put your phone down for a minute and be present. Oh, this is Lola on Dave's phone. Hi, Lola. Okay. Let's ask questions and you guys answer. What is something that just amazes you? Drop in the comments. What is something that you're just like, that is amazing? What is something that amazes you? You guys can't come up with anything? Okay, I'm going to ask you another one. If you knew you only had 10 years left to live, Erica says God amazes her. Me too. If you had 10 years left and that's all you had to live, how would you live your life differently? 10 years left. That's all you have to live. How would you live your life differently? Dave says the universe amazes him. Janet says God's gifts in nature. I saw that. Holly says the sperm egg that equals a baby. That is literally so amazing. Callie and Dave and Derry and I were just talking about that, how amazing life is. Sunsets, me too, Michelle. Every night, me and Lola go, and Brooklyn is big on sunsets. We send pictures back and forth. Callie sends me her sunset. I send her mine. Okay. 10 years left. What would you do? Dave says travel with Barb. Thank God. Dave's such a homebody. He really likes to just be home on the lake. He likes to fish. He likes to mow. I'd live like I was dying. I wouldn't care. Okay. So 10 years left to live. I'm 55. So most people, a child's brain amazes me too, Jamaica. Sometimes I'm like, does she really just say and think that? Okay. 10 years left to live. So I would be 65. Lola said to me the other day, this really woke me up. Barb, she doesn't call me grandma or Nana. She calls me Barb. Barb, how old are you going to be when I get married? And I said, I don't know. Depends on how old you are when you get married. If she gets married when she's 30, like Callie did, and none of my other kids are married yet, 55 plus 23, I'd be 73, right? If she gets married when she's 18, and that's 10 years from now, I'd be 65. I'm not doing my math very good. I'd be much older than 73 if she waited till she was 30. But it made me think, I better really be responsible here with my health. Like, she's expecting me to live long enough to see her get married. If you had 10 years left, what would you do? 10 years left. Make a difference with people who have mental health. Erica says her mom is 74. That's how old Dave's mom was when she passed away. Spend time with people that you love. Lori, me too. My mom is in her 70s, and last weekend, to have her there with all my siblings, I was so unplugged I didn't even know what day it was. Now I'm playing catch up. I wouldn't advise that you do that every weekend, but oh my goodness. Erica, biohack to 100. I would love more. I would spend more time with people that I love. I would not accept that. I would spend 10 years proving them wrong that I had 10 more. Yes. Good thing we have Reverse. We do have an amazing product that repairs DNA and extends cellular health. So I'm very optimistic that I'm going to live to be 100. I'm going to plan my 100-year-old birthday party. That's what I'm going to do. Because I know if I plan the party and I know exactly what it's going to be like and I'm focused on that, I'll probably still be here for the party. More time watching the moon, the stars, sunsets. I would live, I would laugh, I would love. So let's start that today, right? I think a lot of people think that they have time. They're like, oh, I'm only 55. Nobody thinks like they're going to die at 60 or 65 or 70, right? Ooh, Holly's sharing an overbearing thought. She could lie and say it's different things, but she's going to be honest with us. So she always feels like she's not worthy or she doesn't deserve it. She feels like the nerdy nobody. She feels stupid even saying it out loud, but there you go. I can't even believe that. That is not the Holly O'Brien I know at all. Someone has a question. Let's go. Drop your question. Wow, Erica, I'm so sorry. 100 candles, one big cake. Or, Dave, it could just be a 1, a 0, 0. Doesn't have to be 100 candles. That probably set the fire alarm off. Get rid of everything I own and travel. Terry, you of all people should do that. You've literally went through brain surgeries, tumors on your brain. Do it, girl. My mom would love that. Terry Mitchell, one of my mom's best friends. Get rid of everything and travel. And where do you live, Terry? It's in South Dakota, kind of where Sturgis is, I think. Over 8 billion people died last year due to hunger. Very true. If we don't need money, that's why I'm going into the homeless park Friday the 15th. Every month we go and we help feed the homeless people, give them blankets, give them clothes, give them water, give them nutrition. I'm all about that. Okay. Holly O'Brien, here's the one thing that I'm going to say to you. You need someone that is your accountability partner to help you write all the things that are your gifts and all the things that you're good at. In fact, I'm going to start texting you. Holly is the best at social media, social selling. She's a makeup artist. She works on movie stars and famous people. She's an incredible mom. She has a successful gym. She works out every day. Her body's rock hard. Like, she's amazing. How could she think that she doesn't matter or that she's not enough? It has to be a seed that got planted, something someone said, something someone did, something that happened. If any of you can relate to this, it's something that happened in your life that is a false belief. And in order to overcome the false belief, you have to stack evidence that the false belief is in fact a false belief. So everyone watching, I want you to post, if you know Holly, I want you to drop in the comments why we need more of Holly, how amazing Holly is, why we need more of Holly, what we get from Holly, what you've learned from Holly, what Holly is so good at, what you are because of Holly. Everybody flood Holly with all the good things. She needs to know that. Yes, sir. I did answer you. I see your question. If people don't need their money, why don't they give their money to people who have hunger? Okay. We are going to take the person who's being abusive out of the comments. We don't need a hater on here, right? We do give money to people that are hungry, and we do support people who died of hunger, and we don't give all of our money to streamers. So go pick on someone else. I was always bullied in school, and now I feel that I'm not worthy and invisible in life. Here we go, Gina. Me too. So I was called freckle face, redhead, copper top, red on the head like a blank on a dog. Terrible things my entire life. When Dave and I got married, Dave will tell you, I would go in the bathroom, turn off all the lights, take a bath in the dark, and I never wanted him to see me in the bathtub, the shower. I was very not confident. So I want to say this to you, Gina. What those people said to you is a lie. And the way that you feel not worthy, the way that you feel not beautiful, I never thought I was beautiful until I married Dave Pitcock. I got made fun of always. I would show up to the swimming pool with my little brothers and sisters. My mom and dad were never home. We had hand-me-downs and garage sale clothes. I still love a good garage sale, but I don't need any more crap. My mom just worked. She still does. My mom was not able to be present ever. And I was always with the kids. So I wasn't always the most responsible. Sometimes I was 12 and I had all these kids at the pool. My little brother fell in the deep end. Everybody was alarmed. My little brother Mark was in the deep end of the pool. Like, I had 3 others, right? So I would get bullied. I would walk in, they would be like, mama, or Barb can't go with us because she would have to bring all of her kids. I remember not having a baseball mitt, and Dave's favorite story that I ever told. I used to speak in a lot of schools. When I was 11, all my friends were playing softball. And the one thing that we did do as a family, probably why I love concerts, the only thing we ever really did as like a vacation or a fun memory was country concerts. So like there was a Milberger Mud Days, and we went to see like the Gatlin Brothers, Tom T. Hall. I remember the Oak Ridge Boys concert. I remember Crystal Gale more than anything. She had hair clear down her back. Her feet could step on her hair, and my dad thought she was so beautiful. So I always wanted to be like Crystal Gale. I can remember I had a job at age 12 cleaning the combs and brushes at the Charm Beauty Shop. And I would take the empty hair color out of the trash can, take it home. And at night, we all slept in one bed, and we had this big round fan in the middle of our room, and it had like it was a box fan. It had like a little top on it. I can still remember trying to mix the colors that I got out of the trash to color my hair. And at 12, I didn't know you needed the activator. And I would put it on my hair all night, and I would wake up and it would still be red, and I hated it. And my skin was so white, I would put QT on my skin. And then I would be orange with orange hands, right? And then bright orange hair. I just felt so ugly. But my neighbor guy, his name was Bob Pope. He was a softball coach, and he offered to take me to softball if I could be on his team. And it was a life insurance team, and our shirts were purple, and redheads don't look good in purple, just so you know. But I would have to take all my brothers and sisters, and it was really, really hot. And he would pick us up in his big Cadillac, and we would go to practices, and then he would drop me off, and they lived like four doors down where the rich people lived. And we lived like on the corner where it switched from like where the rich people lived to where like the fixer-uppers were. But I went to a garage sale, and I got a softball mitt, and I wasn't very good. Obviously, I was always in the outfield, but I wanted to fit in. So his wife and my friend Kelly, his daughter, everybody would help with my brothers and sisters. We would go to the games. I never had any family in the seats because my mom and dad drove truck, and my grandma passed away when I was 12. So it was a tough year. But I remember that year, I wanted to be cool. And you got these colored portfolio books of country western singers, and you would open them up, and it would have like all their portfolio pictures. And Crystal Gale had on a red baseball hat, and she had a blue mitt, and she was in her blue jeans laying on this green grass. And I was like, I want to look like her. So I had a purple hat, but I wanted a blue glove. So I walked to the grocery store with my siblings, and I got this RIT dye. And I remember I dyed my softball glove blue. And I thought, I will feel significant if I have like a cool blue glove. And I remember it was so hot, and we were sweating so bad, and I never caught a ball. A ball didn't even come to me. I was just sweating and dying. Redheads can't be in the sun. Like, I get a heat stroke today if I'm out in the sun. I love the lake, but I hate summer and heat and the sun. So here I am getting a sunburn in the outfield. The more sun on me, the more freckles came out. I look like a polka dot girl. And when I took off my glove, my hand was completely blue. And everyone was laughing. And everyone made fun of me. And I remember I quit softball. And I was like, I'm never doing that again. I quit everything I ever started. I would want to go out for basketball, then I would quit. Like, it was hard because I didn't have a mom and dad there. And it was hard because I was babysitting 4 others. And it was hard because we had to walk everywhere. It was just hard. And my self-esteem was very, very low. And so until Dave, I feel like my significant was work, and I would make enough money that I could throw a big party, buy people gifts. I could get the keg for the Rager at my house, right? Like, I would do anything to entertain, buy the boat, buy the 4-wheeler, buy the Suburban, buy the ATV, always doing everything to like bring people together. And hospitality was like my thing, and I could make money. So at a very early age, I was teaching dance, teaching baton, selling Avon, selling Party Like candles, doing hair, teaching dance, having garage sales every weekend. I would be like flipping stuff. Like I just loved work. It was my coping mechanism. And still today, I love it. I love to help people. I love to help people feel significant. I love to encourage people. I love to be authentic, share my story, and I want to help you. And Amanda, when you quit everything as a kid, you have a hard time making commitments, right? So making a commitment stacks a belief that you're actually going to do this and follow through. Otherwise, to know you have the potential and not do it is like someone has their hands over your jugular. Do this with me and push on your jugular. Because that feeling of not being able to breathe is how your self-esteem and confidence feels when you start and you stop. You start and you stop. You know you have gifts. You know you have the potential. And you're over here operating on 10% of what you know you could do. You're playing small because somebody's putting a lid on you. And I'm going to ask you to stop. Stop letting someone put a lid on you. Go be you, right? Go be you. Do the thing. Take the risk. Book the trip. Buy the damn concert ticket. Because do you know what? Someday when Lola doesn't have her grandma, do you know what she's going to remember? Me and my grandma, we were rocking out like maniacs in the pit at Morgan Wallen and Ella Langley singing our favorite song. I know her favorite song. She knows my favorite song. My favorite one is, I thought you should know all those prayers you thought you wasted on me. Yeah, I finally think they're coming through. I mean, that song was literally written for me. My kids that I've prayed for, like, it starts in 1993. That's when I had my first baby. That's when Dave and I got married and had our first baby. Like, literally, that song does something for me. Music will change you. Music will change you. You can't put a price tag on a feeling, an experience, and a memory. Because when you're gone, they can't take anything except the memories. You're going to let money dictate if you're going to go be with people you love, doing what you want to do, wherever you want to do it, with whoever you want to do it. Come on, guys. Quit playing small. Friends in low places. I love it. Lola likes Ella Langley. I just want to be. I just want to be her. We are going to make this happen. What is your dream? I just want to ask you a question. Like, if money was no object and you could do and be and have anything you dreamed of, what would you do? If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do? A big question I think we all should answer before we end today. What is your gift? Like, what is the one thing? Oh, yes, Erica. When the thunder rolls, don't get me started on that song. Someone who's been through the abuse, someone who's seen the abuse, someone who loves someone going through domestic violence. Let me tell you something. The verse they want to cut out of that song, don't get me started. 4 minutes till the corp call. Drop in the comments. What is something that you would do if you knew you couldn't fail? It's 6 minutes, Dave, and it's a click of a button. I'll be there. Help people. Help people see their potential. Send 1,000 kids to camp for free. Janet, what does it cost to do that? Let's do that. Jamaica, yes, quit questioning yourself. Jamaica, my girl in Arizona, we are going to blow it up there. Pay off parents' debt so they can retire in peace. Alyssa, I love that. I want to help you do that. Retire your hubby. What's the amount of money that would take? Stop worrying and do the damn thing. Holly, you need to call me later. Yes, we're going to stop talking. We're going to start doing. Maria, I'm sending you big hugs and love. Erica wants to be a power couple. Erica, we're going to find you the perfect match. Erica's putting it into the universe. She is going to find the perfect guy to power up with her. He's out there. Let me tell you, I almost married the wrong one. and I manifested Dave Pitcock. I prayed it. I said it. I believed it. I could see it in the worst relationship, worst times, worst situation, sitting in my car crying after a night, and I had gotten hit. And this angel just showed up in blue jeans, swept me away, called off a marriage, ran away with him, never looked back. It can happen just like that. You got to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. You got to change your thoughts. It'll change your life. I love these comments. I'm going to get back to every single one of you. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Today was fun. I needed this. And I'm going to be in my comments all day long reaching out to you. Thank you for participating. If you got something out of this, please share it. Tag a friend that needed to hear this, and let's spread the love. It's No Guts, No Story every Saturday morning. Please go follow me on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and share this and tag anyone you think would get something good out of this. I love you guys. We'll see you next Saturday on No Guts, No Story. Bye.